Okay, it's UK, it's winter time, the roads are icy, the temperature's dropped. It's been sub-zero for a couple of weeks now. It's currently in January 2017, and I've been asked quite a few questions about a previous video I've done about some basic emergency kit you should have in your vehicle. Some of the guys have been saying about what do I do about my vehicle, how do I make sure it's safe for long journeys, etc. Just in case the weather turns, alright, you want to make sure that you've got your best chance and to avoid a breakdown, alright? Okay, sorry about the noise, it's January and there's some hunting going on. It is what it is, so you have to bear with me. Basically, winter time, okay? Now, what I like to do myself is to get the car serviced just before winter. Sort of looking at around end of October before the weather gets really bad. So you want to make sure that everything is tickety-boo. You don't want to be breaking down or neglecting your vehicle through the winter months. Okay, so as you can see, these two here, it's just power steering and brake fluids. That's all going to get topped up and cleaned out, etc. on your service. One of the most important things is the screen wash. Now obviously here in the UK, when the roads are icy, they grit a hell of a lot. Now you will be cleaning your windscreen quite a lot, okay? What I tend to do is I get this stuff, which I buy from Tesco's. I know it goes down to minus a lot of degrees, but it doesn't have to be that temperature. What that actually does is it clears your windscreen a lot quicker, okay? So in an emergency, the last thing you want to be doing is spraying some screen wash, which is just tap water or fairy liquid. It's a dangerous thing to do because it could freeze the bottle, it could crack the pump, it can do all sorts of nasty things, okay? So get the lowest temperature screen wash you can get. It just avoids, you know, it freezing up, and it clears your windscreen so much faster. So in an emergency, you spray it on your windscreen and you can pretty much drive instantly, okay? You've got to do no preparation, it's all in there, done. Secondly, oil. Just give the dipstick a pull out and to check to see what your oil levels are. Obviously your radiator is topped up and you've got the correct antifreeze in there. Now you can buy these, they're under or around £5. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and all it does is it makes sure that you've got the correct temperature rating in your vehicle. Now personally I use Toyota. It's a ready mix, you don't have to mix it with water, it's already done, and that goes down to minus 37 degrees Celsius, which is more than enough for the UK, and it ensures that your lovely engine doesn't seize up. Make sure that you've got the correct type of oil as well. You can basically type in your car number plate, and all of the information will come up, and you just order accordingly. Your engine is your heart of your vehicle, and personally, like I treat my body these days, is you put the best that you can afford into it, okay? So look after your vehicle and your vehicle will look after you right back. And that just goes, you just check it through the dipstick there, okay? And obviously it just goes into there. Okay, whilst we're on the subject of fluids and liquids, as a rule, always make sure that your vehicle has minimum of half a tank. As you can see, this is due for topping up shortly. But it's a good rule of thumb because if you do have to do an unexpected long journey, at least you've got half a chance with half a tank. Now the RAC and the AA recommends that you leave it to a minimum of quarter of a tank, but as a rule I've always been doing this and it's really helped out a few times. And also in the boot I always carry 20 litres of diesel. Incidentally, this diesel gets changed every year. I always fill it up at winter time, because at winter time in the UK all petrol stations put an additive in there to stop the diesel gelling should it go really cold. Obviously you can use this winter fuel all year round. If you just use fuel that you stored during the summer months, it won't have that additive in, and it is a possibility that it could gel and ruin your engine. Also, tyre pressures, very important for a few reasons. One, you get a much more comfortable ride and it's easy to turn around corners should they be inflated to the correct temperature. It's going to be handling a lot better as well. It's a lot safer, and also for insurance purposes too. Now if you have an accident or a crash and your tyres are at the wrong pressure, believe you me, they will try everything they can to make sure that your vehicle is not covered by the insurance. So make sure that you keep your tyre pressures checked at all times. And lastly, they're very economical as well. If they're at the correct pressure, you will get a lot more miles out of your car than as if they're underinflated. I've just been carrying this for a few years now, and it really does pay dividends, especially in the winter months. Okay, just make sure that you keep your tyre pressures checked. Now all you've got to do is just put it in, and it gives you the reading on the dial there, about 30 give or take psi, and it keeps the reading there. Just to reset it, you just press it back. Alright, headlights, they get covered in crap so easy in the winter months. All I've done is I'll just get myself a can of anti-static foam cleanser, just give it a little spray on there, and all it does with the anti-static coating, it makes it a little bit better for stuff actually sticking to it with static. And also in the mornings, you need to give it a quick wipe like I'm doing here, when it's nice and dark, etc. You just give it a wipe over. It just makes your visibility with your lighting so much more better. Also your windscreen wiper blades as well. Now once again I just used some anti-static cleaner, and you can use anything you want. You can use alcohol if you want to. All I do is I just spray a piece on there, and you'd be surprised the amount of rubbish that comes off. It's incredible. You know, we was talking about earlier about the screen wash that you put in. Okay, now you get the stuff that goes down to cold temperatures because it gets the salt off and the ice off a lot quicker. Well, also it does help visibility. I'll tell you what, you get all the gunk off with your wiper blades. Now you can do this as little or as often as you like. Personally, if you're driving say 100 miles a day, I'll probably do this every morning, to be honest. It takes seconds, it's already done. But it does help massively with visibility and clearing your screen. Okay, it's a good idea to check your batteries as well. Now multimeters you can get for very little money indeed. If you haven't got one, just ask around, see if you know someone to borrow theirs. Just give it a quick check. Now what you're going to be doing is using the positive and the negative on the terminals to see what sort of current you've got in there. Now you've got currently 12.44 volts in there. And I think one of the organisations, RAC, saying if your vehicle battery is below 12.6 volts, it might be time to look into getting a new battery. So basically that's prompted me to actually start looking for a battery pretty soon. Okay, now this could probably run okay for a year or two, but just to be on the safe side, make sure that you get a good quality battery and make sure you've got the right one for your vehicle. Now what I like to do is obviously make sure your vehicle is in neutral gear. Turn the key to wait for the coils to heat up because it's a diesel starter, and start. I've had Toyotas for a few years now, and in all weather conditions not one of them has ever let me down. They always start first time. Luckily we've got an idle up here, so you press that and it obviously increases the idle rate. All that will do is that it will warm your engine up faster and get everything that's going so you can move a little bit faster, giving me time to go around and spraying my windscreen. Now I use this stuff minus 36. As I said before, it doesn't have to be minus 36. All this does is this melts the ice on your windscreen very, very fast indeed. Okay, if you really was an emergency, you needed to move quickly, there's no other way to clear your screen faster than this. Yeah, you can put covers over your windscreen, but by the time you've got it out, put it on there, rolled up, put it away, 2 squirts, this is done, and you can see where you're going. Okay. For emergencies, that is fantastic. I buy a couple of these before winter gets in because they're always cheap, they're always on offer. Look out for the minus 36 or a very cold below 0 rating, and just get one every now and again. Luckily I prep, I'm about 10 or 12 of these now. I'm glad I did because it enables me to save money and not spend money on this stuff all the time. I got it cheap, got it in bulk ages ago, and it's paying off dividends right now. Okay, so that's pretty much a wrap for this information on this video. If anyone needs any information about basic kit they should carry in their vehicles, there's a link below this video. And if you want to go the whole hog, there's a very in-depth, huge big loadout of nearly every single winter item emergency kit you could possibly carry in an extended video I've done a few years ago. So there's a cheap, lightweight one, and there's a big, expensive one, something for everyone. Okay, so if you need to see any advice or any ideas of what to put in your vehicle come winter time, hence this video is geared for UK citizens or residents. So obviously in other parts of the world it may not matter, okay, because you could be getting a lot worse than we get here in the UK. So that's pretty much it from me. Stay safe on the roads, and of course if it is icy, just give yourself time. That is the most important thing. Time to brake, time to see, time to warm your vehicle up, etc. Okay, just go careful out there, because people do buy it for stupid errors. All right, so look after yourself. Make sure you plan and prepare so you don't have to rely on any services. You look after yourself and your family. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Stay funky.